our guest speaker and workshop facilitator today. We're very, very blessed for Sunni, Rev Sunni Boehme, and she is going to really, truly uplift each and every one of you. She is she has a master's degree in psychology, and she is also a minister of religious science and an interfaith minister also as well. And let me just read a little bit from her website here. She's known as the manifestor generator. Now, don't you want to learn from her? Yes. And I witnessed it. So she says, for a blast of energy you will get just by being in her force field. The energy will amp up your ability to turn on your own attractive factor power. And one little thing here, she says, she has the ability to see through your blocks and uplift the fire under your butts. To help you lead, this is on the website, to help you, on your spiritual butts, okay, to help you lead forward into that place that you've always dreamed of being. Take it away.
You young people wouldn't know about that.
Yeah.
What a rush. What a rush. Oh, I love it. Make my day. Good morning. It's a great day to be alive.
Oh, yes.
And I am so thrilled to be here. And I can feel the energy of joy. Just, walking in here and all the energy and all the activity and the gorgeous flowers and the love that was put into this. And who made those banners? Oh my God, they're gorgeous.
Yes.
Yes, yes. So I'm feeling it. I'm rocking. You just brought tears to my eyes, honey. And I am reminded of when I wanted spiritual community. In coming here, I remember that years ago, I found a book called The Game of Life and How to Live It. And then I found the book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. When I was 22, 23, my soul was searching for something other than a very rigid, sinful, conscious religion. And my soul was just searching for something else. It was not resonating to me or uplifting me. And when I found these books, I was like, yeah, I want my life to be like that, yeah. And so when I read The Game of Life, I thought, why aren't people talking about this? I didn't know there were Science of Mind churches. I didn't know there was Science of Mind teachings. And so I started a book group in my home. It's like I got some people together who were going, yeah, life's got to be better than what I'm being taught about. Like I'm going to go to hell if I move even the tiniest bit off the narrow line. And so that's how I got started, just pulling people together. And at that time, well, I was with Mary Kay Cosmetics. And so I used these principles very specifically. I read the book and I go, okay, now how can I put that to work in my life right now? Because I'm an action person. I don't want to read 365 pages about theory. Let me have 10 or 12 pages about theory, and then I'll figure out how to put it into action. So that's why I'm all about action and why my workshops are all about how to put it into action. And so later on in my life, I built a fabulous career with Mary Kay. I had my pink car within 2 years. I had 300 people in 5 different states. So, but I was talking this stuff. I was teaching this stuff. And so, you know, with the law of attraction, when I wanted to bring in more people into my Mary Kay unit, I'd say, you know, every single woman's life will be improved by being in this company. By just, you know, by her self-esteem will improve, her attitude about herself, her ability to know that she can empower other women. So one week I'd say, okay, I want to meet 5 redheaded women who are nurses, who want some elegance and joy in their lives. And then I'd only talk to 5 redheaded women and they'd all come in. And so every week I'd play a game with the universe. And so I have, as a life coach, I have lots of clients who are in building businesses for multiple streams of income because I totally understand how I used it. Then in 1983, I had a terrible car accident that changed everything about my life. And you know, to have a pink car in Mary Kay, you have to be really successful. In 1978, I was earning $5,000 to $10,000 a month. So that was a lot of money. So I had everything. I had a room like this attached to my house that I could use trainings in. And then everything about my life changed. And it was like, in the car accident, I had this out-of-body experience, and I was told that what I was doing was too limiting, and what I was supposed to be doing is helping people find their soul's purpose. And I went, that sounds like a really lofty thing to do. How do you get to do that? And I was told that I would be guided, but that I had to leave everything and everyone that I knew because they were holding me back in a box. Even though the Mary Kay box was a very big box, and it was a fabulous finishing school for me. So I haven't done Mary Kay, though I still wear it. I haven't done it since 1983. It was like I had to leave everything. So I sold my house, I liquidated everything, I gave everything away. It was total trust walk. I packed one 40-pound suitcase, and I traveled Europe for 3 years. And I know you heard that I said I had a bunch of money. I told my banker to only let me have $1,000 a month because everything else I wanted to be law of attraction, and that's this book. Because everything about me wants to learn how to put it into action, how to learn to totally trust that everything I need is always provided at the right moment. I don't need $1 million. I don't need $10,000 a month. The game of life is, sometimes for me, I'd be in a foreign country where nobody spoke my language, and I'd wake up in the morning and write in my journal, "Dear God, I just want to have a conversation in English. I don't want to do first person, present tense, where's the bathroom? I just want to meet somebody that I can flow with and enjoy having a conversation," because it had been like 3 weeks since I'd met anybody who could speak English. And that particular day, I happened to be on a train, because for 3 weeks at one point, I took a train all the way down to Geneva, Italy. Anybody been there? Okay, I went from London to Geneva, Italy, and then I took 3 weeks of just traveling up the coast. I'd get on the train, and maybe the next stop was 20 minutes, and I'd get off with my little 40-pound suitcase, and I'd put it in a locker in the train station, and I'd see the whole town and decide if I wanted to stay there a few days. So on this particular day, I was on the train where I had said, I just want to have a conversation in English. And I was in Ventimiglia, Italy, and I was going over the border to Montagne, France. And you have to get off, you have to show them your passport before you can get back on the train to go to France. So I'm standing in line, and I see this guy with a mop. And I don't know why, you know, here I'm in between France and Italy, and I haven't had a conversation in English for 3 weeks. But out of my mouth, I said, "You must be really clean to travel with a mop." And he broke out laughing, and it turned out that he was a plastic surgeon from Cape Town, South Africa, and he and his wife were on a 3-week pleasure trip for themselves and we're staying in a villa overlooking the ocean. So on the train, he said, "Oh, my wife's coming right now." So they spoke perfect English. It turned out that they had just met up after being, she'd been 6 weeks in America because she was a playwright, and 2 of her plays were playing in America. So for the next week, I stayed in their villa overlooking the coast and the French Riviera, and had lots of conversations in English. And it turned out that she really needed to do some girl talk, and it really helped their marriage. So if I had had tons of money, if I'd been staying in fancy hotels, I wouldn't attract experiences like that. When we're at an edge situation, we have to be more open to receiving, to open up, to finding out, what do I emotionally need today? Not the wantonness that we are trained in advertising on the TV about owning things and grasping things and gathering things, but when you travel like that for 3 years, it's like, what do I need today? Just today, in this moment. And I still live like that. What do I need today? So I'm going to share something with you about my trip here and the manifestations that happened. I was originally going to take a 2-week bus tour of the East Coast and up into Niagara Falls and everything, and I had a friend who was going to travel with me. And so what I had done is, at the Anton conference, Reverend Margaret bid on me. I had offered to come and do a seminar at no cost to the community, so that it would be a fundraiser for the community, and the community would keep all the money. But Anton got some money because Reverend Margaret bid on me. So she was my touchstone. This was, okay, now I'm coming to the East Coast, and I'm going to book that trip. Well, and then I booked another one at the beginning of the trip with Reverend Bill and Reverend Dave at New Thought, Philly. And then my girlfriend who was going to go on the trip with me, she got ill and she couldn't go. And I went, okay, I'm not taking the trip because I didn't want to pay the $600 extra supplement. So I went, okay, I've got 2 weeks open. Has anybody traveled alone for just 2 weeks? Yeah, so sometimes there's this unrest, there's this, I don't want to spend 2 weeks alone, so the fear thoughts help us get clear about what we really want. We can hear the fear thought and then go, oh, that's my fear. Well, what do I really want? Well, what I really want is to have 2 weeks where all the right people just fill in all the spaces, people that I love, people that I have fun with, people that I can laugh with, and it's right for them and it's right for me, and the journey becomes an explosion. What I've been writing back on my Facebook is it's a toboggan ride of cosmic flow. Yeah. So that is what I have enjoyed on the East Coast here. I ended up going up to Long Island and spending some time with another minister up there. And the most fabulous thing is I'm spending almost all my time with Science of Mind people, Science of Mind ministers. It's like, wow, these are the greatest people to hang out with. And so every day for 2.5 weeks has been an unfolding of this toboggan ride of cosmic flow. And that is the game of life. When we learn to live in the flow, to appreciate the moment, to ask for what I need this day, not what I need in accumulating and holding, but what do I need emotionally? So I want to share with you how I got involved with a Science of Mind group, because for many years I taught out of these books, and I taught classes to my Mary Kay people or anybody who would listen. And then one day I prayed, and I said, okay, God, I want community. I don't always want to be the leader of the laundromat. I don't always want to be the teacher. I just want people I can hang out with, people who are working on themselves, people who are finding their own answers. I want to be with community. And then God dropped a Science of Mind church in my backyard, 4 blocks from my house. And I went, oh, now I got to get involved. Because I had a lot of resistance due to what I was raised in, a lot of resistance to ever getting really, really committed and connected to a community. And so when this dropped in my backyard, and there were 12 people, you know, and it was like really starting from scratch. And so to be a part of community, I went, okay, now I got to get involved. If I want this to be the kind of community that I love and I resonate with, I got to get involved. And even though I'd been teaching these classes for years, and I had a master's in psychology and you know, all these big fancy things, and Reverend Lisa says to me, Sunny, you got to start with the foundations class. I went, okay, you know, I had to like back off my ego and go, what I really want is community, and where I find community is learning together with other people,
Right.
not being the teacher.
That's right.
And so I did all the classes, and then pretty soon Reverend Lisa says, you qualify for a master's in world religions. I went, oh, really? Okay, fine. So that's why I got that. And then she said, you know, Sonny, if you take a few more of these classes, you can become a minister. I went, really? Well, I loved the people I was learning with. I didn't want to hang out with any other people. I loved the people I was seeing on Sunday. I loved the people that, you know, we'd get together for music on a Friday night. We have a fabulous musician like you. Thank you, thank you. And so I went, okay, this is what I want to do. And so it was because I wanted community, and I loved the people I was learning with and growing with. So now I want to share with you something that was an answer to a prayer, but it's going to sound a little funny when I first say it. Last summer, I was sitting on my front porch, and I have a front porch that's 30 feet long and 14 feet wide, and I often teach classes on my front porch during the summer because in Wisconsin, when it's nice out, I want to spend every single day outside. When I see my coaching clients, we're outside on my front porch. So I said, I want to have more porch parties, not something that I have to plan and invite people and make food. I just want people to drop in and have porch parties. And that's pretty unusual for me. And then God helped me to make my dream come true. I tore my meniscus. Anybody ever do something like that? Oh, screaming pain, just screaming pain. And so I went, and they said, yes, it's torn, but it's not torn all the way through, so you don't have to have the operation. It'll heal a lot faster. And I was using Young Living oils, and I had just heard that somebody had torn a ligament or something, Gary Young, I think, and he used lemongrass oil on it. He was out in the wilderness and in a jungle, and he used lemongrass oil, and it'll cause your tendons and connective tissue to grow back. So I thought, okay, so I got the diagnosis, and I thought, okay, I'm not going to go up and down stairs for 3 weeks. I'm not going to drive my car for 3 weeks, and I'm going to use this lemongrass oil, and I'm going to keep saying, I'm having a miraculous healing. I'm having a miraculous healing right now. I'm having a miraculous healing. Now, you got to understand that I'm single and that I don't have family around me anyplace near. So my fear had been, for a few years, what's going to happen if something happens to me? As we get older, we go, who's going to take care of me? Well, for the next 3 weeks, my front porch was a porch party. People would call, hey, I'm going past this restaurant, would you like something for lunch? Hey, I'm at Starbucks, would you like something? It was a porch party for 3 weeks, and people would stay overnight with me to help me get in and out of the house to go to the bathroom because I really needed some help. And I realized that it was the fulfillment of a dream, because it was all people from my church community. And 10 years ago, when I said I wanted community, that's when it started. So when we talk about how to get what you want, because one of the seminars that I do and have done for 30 years is how to get what you want now, I'm talking about getting the things that really give you peace of mind, that give you contentment, peace, and joy. And most people don't know how to get in touch with that. And so I'm going to be talking about some of that this afternoon at the Game of Life and how to play it. And to close, what I'd like to do is share with you something that I wake up with every morning, and we'll be talking more about this afternoon. It's promise yourself. Promise yourself to be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. To talk health, happiness, and prosperity to every person you meet. To make all your friends feel that there is something in them that is special. To look at the sunny side of everything and make your optimism come true. To think only the best. To work only for the best. And expect only the best. To be just as enthusiastic about the success of others as you are about your own. To forget the mistakes of the past and press on to greater achievements in the future. To wear a cheerful countenance at all times and give every living creature a smile. To give so much time to the improvement of yourself that you have no time to criticize others. To be too large for worry, too noble for anger, too strong for fear, and too happy to permit the presence of trouble. And isn't that what we learn at places like Joyful Gathering? Isn't this what we learn in Science of Mind? And this is how we create community. We gather on Sunday. We love and support each other. We go and visit each other in the hospital. We share our blessings. We tithe. We grow community. And we no longer feel isolated and alone and abandoned, because it's a consciousness to create community and to learn together and grow together. And I look forward to being with you for 2 more hours this afternoon to bring more joy, ease, and abundance into your life. And so it is.